Welcome to Food Talk. We talk about food, fishing, farming, all things East End. And today my guest is Chef John Yashinowsky from the Crow's Nest in Montauk and his son Philip Yashinowsky. Tell me the name of your company again. Organic?
Ocean to Earth.
Ocean to Earth Organics, right. Philip, let's talk to you first. So this is your own baby that you kind of developed coming out of college. You went to Roger Williams.
Yep.
Then how'd you end up at Wishing Stone Farms?
So my junior year of college, I finally had an automobile, so I was more mobile. I went to the farmer's market and just asked around different stands if they needed help, because I was looking for a part-time job. And the first couple of stands didn't really need anybody, and I was lucky enough to go to the one stand, and it ended up being Wishing Stone. I called up the owners, which were really nice, Skip Paul and Liz Peckham. And I got lost on the way there. It took me like an hour to find it. It's in this old country village, Little Compton, Rhode Island.
Yes, I know Little Compton.
And so beautiful. And I was able to find it, and they accepted me. I worked there for 3.5 years, going to college, taking courses, and then working on the farm on the weekends.
So let's tell our viewers and listeners what Ocean to Earth does, because you got a really interesting niche here in the market. All you gardeners take heed.
So right now I'm just focusing on installations, so people just have green grass, lawn, but they want to have fresh vegetables and they're coming from their backyard. So I'll just go. I usually do raised bed gardens. Yeah. With the borders of Douglas fir or cedar wood.
Why do you have to use Doug fir? Because it doesn't
Douglas fir isn't treated with. It's not treated wood, and it's pretty rot resistant for like 5 to 10 years. The cedar is a little more expensive, and that's rot resistant for like up to 20 years.
And so so I've got a question about my garden, because I've got raised beds, and I'm using old Doug fir 4x4s, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do with the soil? How do you condition the soil from year to year? Do you keep adding new organic soil, or how do you keep that soil fresh? Because I think my garden is being compromised, and I think it's by the soil. I'm not positive.
Yeah, you want to add compost once a year at the end of the season or the beginning of the season. Just like up to 1 or 2 inches, because growing vegetables throughout the season will take nutrients and more soil out. So you always want to be replenishing it.
Okay.
I like to use the compost kitchen scraps.
Yeah, that's why I have that. Okay. So you will go around and you will build people their own little vegetable gardens. And so you've been able to start a business from this, and it's do you use his services at the Crow's Nest?
Oh, no, not yet.
Not yet.
No, we have a plan to do that.
You got a plan?
Absolutely.
So, John, you and I go way back.
Way back.
You were one of Wordhampton's first clients when you had 27 East. What was the name of the restaurant between 27 East and Caswell's?
My own restaurant? There was no.
No, there was Caswell's.
Straight from 27 East straight to Caswell's.
It was a great restaurant in Montauk. Right. What's there now? Don't tell me.
The Point.
The Point, right.
Right.
So,
it was
I knew that.
It was the original Montauk diner from
from
the 50s, and we went in there, took it over.
And now South Edison is where Caswell's was.
Correct.
Caswell's was a great restaurant, but now you really found your niche at the Crow's Nest.
I think so.
Tell us what's happening at Crow's Nest. How long will the Crow's Nest stay open into the season?
Well, we closed Sunday night or last night.
Wow.
And then we have
This coming up Sunday?
No, last Sunday.
Last Sunday, okay.
So we have private events this next weekend, and then we lock the door for the winter.
Now, what will you do in the off season?
Go back to private chefing. I have some great clients in the winter, and do dinner parties, freelancing all winter long. So it keeps me just busy enough. The Crow's Nest is an intense, short season. Super busy. Busiest restaurant I've ever run. After when I thought I was done, retired from restaurant.
Give an idea of the size of your kitchen, the number of covers that you serve.
Sure. So like I said, this is the biggest job I ever had. At Caswell's, we do 300. We're celebrating, breaking records. Yeah. That was good back in the day. But so the Crow's Nest, I was always felt I was missing that running a kitchen. I never ran a kitchen 400 or 500 dinners. So the Crow's Nest turned into that pretty quickly, and keeps getting busier every year. We're up like 20-30% every year since I've been there.
That's awesome.
So we're up to 600 covers this summer, which 400 used to be a big number there, but then we started doing 500 and then 550, and then it just became a regular couple nights a week. So the kitchen's great. The owners remodeled it this year for us. Our new tile work, air conditioning, raised the ceiling up. Before that, after all my years in the kitchen, that was the hottest, most brutal kitchen I'd ever been in for the first 2 summers, But
Coffee, John?
yeah, sure. But now it's great. We have everything's brand new and great lighting and all those things that matter.
Right.
But yeah, we're really busy,
And-
and it's short, and then it's intense, and then it ends. and
So
we
when
close the door.
when do you serve your first meals at the Crow's Nest?
The week before Memorial Day.
Okay,
and
wow,
then
that
we
is a
go-
short, intense season.
Yeah, and it's busy.
Tell us about how you, because both you men individually eat pretty clean. John, I think you told me that you're almost a vegetarian.
Yeah, I
Right.
like to.
You'll eat fish.
I'll eat anything.
Right.
But the whole point is that if you're eating that well during the week, then you can go have a fried fish sandwich, and
Right.
it's not the end of the world.
Here's another question. What's your policy on meat? I'm just interested in our viewers. This is a little
I
discussion.
just think that without going negative on meat, everybody eats too much of it in America.
Yep.
I think, if that's your personal choice to eat meat, that's great. But
Right.
like I said, if you have a healthy diet all week, on Sunday night, if you have a ribeye or something, that's fine, because you're taking care of your body the rest of the week. I think our issues start when we're in Arby's 3 meals a day with bacon for breakfast and some ham for lunch and a steak for dinner.
Let
and then
alone processed
It's
food,
just
let
too much.
alone-
Oh, yeah, we don't even go into processed food.
Right.
But at the Crow's Nest, I found this company, Myers Natural Beef, and really good product. It's not like organic or anything, but they do a really good job raising it. So we're one of the biggest users on Long Island of Myers Natural Beef. So this April, they flew me to Colorado.
Really?
And myself and another chef from Country Club up the island, and treated us to the whole 2-day tour. We did the whole beef plant, start to finish, which was intense, but not gross or anything. I knew what to expect, I'm sure it would.
Do you think
I'm
that
sure it
they-
would freak a lot of people out, but I knew what I was in for.
Do
But
they treat their beef well? And
I came out fairly impressed.
Okay.
Like, it's a giant meat processing plant that processes for all different companies. And, I don't want to go
Right.
tell you the horrific numbers, but,
No.
you're seeing what you're seeing, and that's, I think most people, if you want to eat meat, you should see that, you
Right.
know? But I was kind of impressed. I thought it would be just all the worst case scenario, but the workers are really enthusiastic and professional, and the place is clean. And
That's great.
They go through a lot of, layers of safety. So, if you're gonna eat meat, that's my takeaway. So if you're gonna eat beef, source really good beef.
Right.
And then don't eat too much of it.
Right,
We don't
right.
need 36-ounce ribeyes to, you could split that 3 ways, and that's a good meal,
Now, what's your feeling on this matter, Mr. Phillip?
I'm pretty much, I really like the outdoors. When I went to college, my roommate he'd been into spearfishing and bow hunting and grown up with the outdoor lifestyle his whole life. So he got me into it. He brought me spearfishing for the first time. And I got my hunter education course, started bow hunting. So as of late, I'm just pretty much trying to eat only venison.
Okay.
If I'm gonna eat red meat.
Right.
And yeah, the season starts in about a week, so I'm excited to
There
get
you
in the
go, that's
woods.
cool.
I've also been doing a lot of mushroom hunting.
Ah, a little foraging.
Yeah,
Good for you.
a lot of chicken in the woods popping up.
Right. Oh, good.
Yeah, and that's the meat I eat also. At Philip's Venison, he gets a couple of deer a year, and we process it. We did that together the first time, where he wanted to grind up a lot of the venison. I'm like, oh, let's make ossobuco, and let's, what did we do? We boned out the legs and made little steaks out of the legs, and so it's great to have.
And I believe your wife, Kathy, is good with hanging.
She let it, very surprising that she didn't, yeah.
Just venison
She's
hanging in
okay.
the- in the
She's okay
backyard.
with that. Yeah.
Right. And if the
her
menu at the
credit.
Crow's Nest does the menu? Do you think that the menu reflects healthy eating? And in what ways would you say?
Well,
because you brought a great
absolutely
dish here
right.
today.
I mean, like I said, we have one red meat on the menu. This year we actually added lamb, which was super popular, and we're Mediterranean plant-based, Mediterranean-style restaurant, so the lamb was much needed. We put that on the menu also. But we have the one red meat and the lamb. Everything else is pretty, like my T-shirt, plant-based. So that, when explaining plant-based doesn't mean you're a vegan or vegetarian, but your base of your menu or your diet should be from plants. So like this dish, this curry dish we have here, you could slice 4 ounces of chicken or venison or beef on top of that and turn it into then it's not vegan anymore, but it's plant-based, I'm saying.
So let's talk about plant-based.
menu.
This is good. So expound on this, because I'm personally interested in this topic, and I think our viewers may be too.
I don't know how many, maybe like 10 years ago, Doug Mercer started the Wellness Foundation out here. I don't know if you know Doug, and we had made contact, and I offered to help with cooking classes, and he showed up at Inlet Seafood when I was a chef there and gave me a book, Eat to Live, by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. And it's just so much good information and such a good concept of nutritional density. So like I said, you can have your 4 ounces of meat, but it should be under a salad that's nutritionally dense. So he rated the food. Kale is number 1, and then spinach and arugula, all those green foods, other superfoods with their nutritional density. So take 500 calories of salad as a salad that's this big that you can barely finish.
Right.
500 calories of meat is about a 2-ounce portion. So, how many calories you're eating and what is the nutritional benefit of those calories. So that was the concept of the book that really changed the way I ate personally and started cooking. And a lot of clients, they don't want to really hear about it, but I'm putting vegetables in their in their food all the way through
They're eating vegetables despite
right.
their...
Well, not that they don't want to,
Right.
but they want, meat is featured, but there's a ratatouille underneath it, there's some whole grains underneath, there's some quinoa, stuff like that. So plant-based, it's not being vegan or vegetarian, it's eating plants though every day. You need to eat beans for fiber, sweet potatoes for fiber, avocados and nuts for fat. And I think it's just so simple, but it's a tough shift, and that's what I'd kind of like in the future, to just help that happen, by serving food like that at the Crow's Nest to a giant, large amount of people, and everybody's very receptive. When I was out of the business for 8 years when I came back to the Crow's Nest after private chefing, so I had some new feelings about food. I kind of dreaded like being a restaurant chef and having to figure out 8 appetizers, 8 entrees that are more creative and better than the next guy, and what's going to be popular. And but there was a great opportunity to say, I've got nothing to lose. They're into the light farm-to-table Mediterranean cooking, so it was a real opportunity to try it in the public, and it worked, and everybody's really happy. We have some vegan dishes, a vegan can go there, and it's not like labeled on the menu vegan, but
Right.
Balsam Farms, well, there's feta cheese on that, but Balsam Farms beets or Balsam Farm tomatoes, or, so that's, I think the gist of it is we need to get more of our calories from plants and less from animals.
I'm a big fan of Balsam Farm.
And we're probably one of their biggest wholesale accounts. He delivers every day all summer long to Montauk and Amber Waves too.
Right, of course.
But Balsam has they do different things.
Right.
And they both do it well, of course, but Balsam has the beets and the kale consistently, and we use large amounts of it, so he's able to provide.
That balsam corn is insane.
Oh.
I haven't been cooking it. I've just been eating it raw.
Wow.
My buddy says if you cook it, it actually ruins it. It's
Right.
so sweet, and it's still right on point. As we
Yeah.
get into late September.
Yeah, we serve that all summer long.
So you're a bow hunter. You are a spear fisherman.
No, sorry. Philip's the spear fisherman.
Oh, you're the spear fisherman.
Yeah, I bought a kayak actually, and my dad used it this spring, and he got really, really hooked on it.
Oh,
So he
that's
went
what he
and
was
bought,
telling me. Okay.
bought
So I
like
bought
an
my own
X-style
kayak.
Oh, okay.
But I've been, I've been surf casting and fishing
Right.
Montauk forever, and it gets a little boring, and it's not boring, but I did it for
Change it up.
15
Right,
years,
right.
So I was taking a break from fishing. Fishing's not what it used to be. We kind of know that, but like Philip said, I caught a 5-pound fluke in his kayak. 2 days later, I had a new kayak off Montauk yard sale, and I was hooked. But it's a great pastime. There's no waves in the summer. I get out early in the morning, catch a few fluke, and gotta love it.
Now the
Montauk.
bass are coming in.
Now it's bass. I was focusing. They're like, just stick to the fluke. and
What's
then we'll
your
switch to
secret
bass.
for bass fishing? This is more personal for me. But
Right. Well, I haven't
I've
really
always
bass fished
admired how
from the
this guy-
kayak yet, but it's times and tides in Montauk. You got to be where the fish are.
Right.
secrets, 2 hours before incoming tide under the lighthouse.
Yeah, I know.
We all know it's no secret.
That's
but,
no secret.
No,
I know.
but it's a lot of work to get up there.
Well, you
and
got a
stand
little
on
thing
those
about the moon
rocks.
too, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
and before the full moon,
Right.
after the full moon,
Right,
yeah,
right, right,
the
right.
new moon, you start to,
I've always
it becomes
admired-
instinctual when you live in Montauk so long.
Folks, this guy's a
really.
really good fisherman. So where John is, follow him on Instagram. Where you think he might be, go there.
That was easy.
Now, let's shift a little bit. We have a contest, really, from the Food Lovers Companion. We try to stump you chefs and gardeners. So the word of the day, this is the Food Lovers Companion. The word of the day is Macédoine. It's right out of the book.
Yeah,
What is Macédoine?
I can't even guess. Hold on. What's the language of origin on that?
Latin.
Well, I think Greek from Macedonia.
Greek. Oh. You're stumping me.
Time's
You're
up.
stumped. Yeah, I hope so.
It's a salad composed of small
Really?
pieces of fruit and vegetable. Originates in Macedonia, where it is a fresh fruit salad and is common. It's a common dessert in Greece, Romania, Spain, France, Italy, and Latin America. And no, I didn't know that.
I should have known
until
that,
I
right?
dug it up. Right.
Come on.
But all right. So
Macédoine.
Macédoine. That's the French pronunciation. Macédoine.
I have to put that on the menu.
Yeah, that's you. Right.
I'll Google it.
Just change it up. Confuse those. Who's your market out there? Is it the one percenters or the Brooklynites?
Well, we get our share of celebrities and one percenters, and a lot of black card clientele.
Nice. So I guess I can't really go
I'd
there.
say but no, you can certainly go there. I'd say that it's approachable for everybody, but we don't take a reservation, and the line builds up early, and people are intimidated by it.
Okay.
But if you know it, you're going to go have a cocktail at the beach and
Right.
wait an hour for your table,
Right,
and then,
okay.
But
Locals?
some locals.
Yeah.
But lost my train of thought there. It was like the advertising. Some Sean McPherson's
Sure.
are the owner of the restaurant, and he seemed to open and have an instant following. So a lot of advertising and fashion people.
Right.
So Fashion Week happens and we close because our clients aren't there. They told me. I said, "What are you talking about? Everybody goes to Fashion Week," and it's kind of true. You
Wow.
know? So that's why we don't extend the season too far out, because it does.
Because Fashion Week's right in September, second
Right,
week, third
right.
week of
Yeah,
September.
we usually close and do weddings. Last year we were closed like right after Labor Day because we had private parties all fall, and this year we had our last weekend.
So a guy I went to
we're
high
busy.
school with, Bruce Dundor, was Sean McPherson's roommate in
Oh, yeah.
college. Just
Yeah.
small fact.
It is
So,
a small world.
Now, Philip, this is a tough question for you because you're
All
still a young man. But if you weren't doing what you're doing, what would you be doing? If you didn't do ocean to earth organics, what would you be doing?
Wow, that's a good question. Well, I studied economics in school, but I had no drive to work in an office or do anything in the city. But I'd probably just be grinding it out, doing the surf lessons and working at Crow's Nest, running food.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not sure.
All right.
Commercial
Now,
fisherman.
right,
you know.
restaurant-
Maybe I'd
He
be
doesn't
working
get
on sea
seasick, I do,
capture.
so.
Oh, that's a good trait to have. What's your favorite thing about living on the East End?
The access to the ocean and the outdoors, and like it's so beautiful out here. The waves, there's constantly things to do outside. Just bought a mountain bike, so I've been hitting the trails pretty hard.
Nice. The reason that I was a little bit late is that I had to get my swim in the bay this morning.
There you
know,
go.
it's a good day. If you swim in the bay, it's a
Yeah.
good day. John, what about you? If you weren't, I mean, you've lived a good shot of your life like
Right.
me. If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Well, accidentally fell into this. I ran away from home. Basically, the day I graduated high school, I moved to Montauk. I was going to go be a bridge and tunnel officer or police officer or some similar job to that, and which was my dad's plan. And next thing I know, I was a dishwasher. So, but I was pretty passionate about carpentry before I moved out to Montauk. Like in school, we had a great wood shop, so we built all sorts of furniture and things. So that was definitely similar to cooking too. I thought that always helped me because we had a serious wood shop. So it's similar to the kitchen, the way you have to work and the safety and organization and cleanliness. It's all at the end. Your product's only going to be as good as your work habits. So that was a good segue into cooking. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to be a professional surfer, skateboarder, study yoga and jiu-jitsu and have somebody pay me for it, but no.
But you're a chef,
but
so
yeah.
So tell us what you brought here for us today. Speaking of plant-based, because this looks delicious. It's a gorgeous set we have today, very colorful. Tell us about these dishes that you brought.
So sort of inspired by what we do at the Crow's Nest, but Philip brought in a couple of boxes of different vegetables, and I had a few peppers from Balsam Farms. So I just made a quick curry with smoky grilled eggplant on top. So the curry underneath, it's some zucchini and peppers and eggplant. I put some okra in there, some onions, all stuff that Philip provided. And then the Japanese eggplant, so I saute that with garlic and jalapenos and a little coconut milk and some mint and parsley and ginger. And then for contrast, the eggplant is smoky on the grill, where I dust it with cumin and smoked paprika.
Is this on the menu at Crow's Nest?
No, we have a different vegan curry.
Right. I like the idea of a vegan
that's
curry.
more of a creamy,
Right.
a creamier dish. That one has cashews and apricots in it. Oh, this one has golden raisins actually. Also, I put in at the end.
Oh yeah, I see
yeah.
those.
Yep.
Well,
But I think this dish could be, served hot, but you could also serve it cold.
Thank
That's
you.
why I didn't want to heat it up today.
right. Well,
Oh, and the peppers are red cherry bomb peppers. Those are from Balsam Farms.
Nice.
And I wasn't aware how really spicy they were until just a little while ago.
Well,
There.
let's
take a little
find
bite.
out.
But you get a little contrast from the curried veg and there's a yellow tomatoes in there also. That's the tomato base of that.
So you could have this for breakfast
This is breakfast curry.
because this is my breakfast.
A lot of
Because
spices.
I didn't get my kale, broccoli, organic celery
Juice?
shake in this morning.
Oh, do you Vitamix or juice?
I do the bullet, the magic bullet.
Oh,
so I do.
so
I
similar
do,
to a Vitamix.
I do
Your
organic
puree.
kale, organic broccoli, organic celery, organic banana, a little flaxseed, a little chia seeds, some turmeric, and then
Great.
I do 3 ounces of organic aloe juice, 3 ounces of organic apple juice. Blend and serve.
Nice.
And
So you got all the good stuff.
Oh,
in there.
you're good till lunch, except I didn't have it this morning.
But all those,
because I had
yeah.
to swim in the day.
Oh, but all the right things are in there. You
Oh,
have
I've been
turmeric
having that
and
for about 4 years.
anti-inflammatory.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's great stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have another bite.
usually like that's 2 or 3 different juices from Al Juice, but we'll make like a turmeric carrot type of thing, and then make the beet and green.
So what's the deal with turmeric? It's just a great anti-inflammatory.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And,
think you're
I
right.
haven't been doing it in the summer, but in the wintertime I try and I actually go to the health food store, buy a jar of turmeric, and buy the capsules and make my own. Because they're $70 for a little bottle of turmeric capsules, but it's you can make your own for nothing, for the price of the turmeric.
You buy the powder?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's a $9 jar, makes, if you buy it in capsules. So it's just an easy way to take it. I
You
like
gotta
to
be
cook
minute.
with it. You could never cook with it, you never get enough by cooking to,
Right.
You want a couple of grams a day for health
Maybe you
benefits.
could be my turmeric dealer. This could be another source of income in the off season.
And we're doing the fresh turmeric. What's that called, Philip? The root, the fresh turmeric root. Curcumin? Curcumin root. That's
Yeah.
where the turmeric comes from. So,
Oh.
yeah, that grows all over Puerto Rico. And so I've been down there, speaking of Puerto Rico. God bless them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it grows. They sell it at the farmer's market there. So I just put that in my smoothies and put it in my juices and
Nice.
stuff. So that's like the purest form. Yeah,
All right.
That's all anti-inflammatory, good stuff.
5 people in the history of the world, dead or alive, that you would invite to dinner, Mr. Philip.
I think most of them are living right now.
That's good. That's fine.
I just finished, I was reading a book, The Market Gardener, a Canadian farmer, John Martin Fortier. He's on the top futuristic small farmers, micro farmers, and he works on business plans for farmers and is developing all these tools that are helping really micro, like really, really small farmers like small plots and how they can work, increase their efficiency,
So
and
you
then
invite him.
and then profitability.
Right. You invite him.
Paul Stamets is the world's leading mycologist.
Got some heady people there.
Yeah, he's. I just finished his book, Mycelium Running: How Mushrooms Can Help Save the World.
Cool.
And it's just mind-blowing, factual information how we can work with fungus and to like solve our environmental and economic problems.
All right, good. What else you got?
Kimmy Werner is a Hawaiian spearfisher woman, and
You
just,
got a crush on her? Or what?
no, just inspirational. She's like really. She's I think she's like studied being in culinary arts as well,
Interesting.
and just good spearfisher.
Okay. You got 2 left. My dad? No.
Shane Dorian.
Oh, there's official Macabino, a cucumber reggae rapper.
All right.
It'd be cool to have him to throw down some beats. Who else?
Think on your 5th.
All right.
We'll get back to
I'll
your
do the
5th.
last one. Same, I'm not prepared for that
No,
one.
it's okay.
So five
Yeah.
people coming
Yep.
to dinner
Yep.
for Dalai Lama,
Good one.
Jerry Lopez, famous surfer, Mr. Zen surfer,
Good.
Alice Waters, put a chef in there.
Yeah.
Maybe Eric Repair might be back up for her if she can't make it.
Right, okay.
Frank Zappa, big fan. Make for some interesting conversation. And Hunter Thompson, that would round that.
Oh, that's a
table
good
out.
crew.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, Hunter and Frank might have a problem, but
So you got Hunter Thompson, Frank Zappa, Alice Waters with
yeah,
Repair as a backup.
It's a little weird mix, but yeah.
Jerry Lopez, and who was the Dalai Lama?
Dalai Lama. So
a good
we got our
mix.
Zen surfer, Dalai Lama, and some politics in there.
Oh man, I
But
like
I think
that.
Frank Zappa and Hunter Thompson were probably difficult people to hang out with, but it'd be interesting.
Did you come up with a 5th? You don't have to.
Kelly Slater, come
Cyrus
on.
Sutton.
Getting back to the crow's nest, what is the one dish you can't take off that menu?
The crab pasta.
Really?
Yes, we'll talk numbers. The first summer we sold 6,000 and change. The
my
second
goodness.
summer 7,000. This summer we broke 8,000 crab pastas. We have 2 pasta men on the station because it just flies.
It just moves.
And it's and it's buttery and rich, and it's the one dish on the menu with butter. The only dish except we put some butter on the steak when we roast it off. But other than that, it's the only butter on the whole menu, and it is the most popular thing. So you can take all your vegan health food, and crab pasta outsells it 2 to 1.
Oh,
so
Lord.
yeah, that's the one. My friend said we should open a crab pasta pop-up in Manhattan and just do crab pasta every night because people.
Look, there's a place
and
called.
it's the simplest thing.
I mean, there's a place called Bone Broth, and there's
Yeah.
a number of little broth pop-ups that all they do is
Right.
serve.
I was doing
broth.
that for one of my clients, making duck bone broth all winter long.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming today. It's all we have time for. You guys have been, it's our
Awesome.
first father and son crew, which is awesome. And to our viewers, I'll just say, cógelo suave, pero cógelo. Take it easy, but take it. And thanks for watching Food Talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, good show, guys.
Talking, guys.